let's just say somebody doesn't necessarily have the relationship that you've built over time. Like, how do they go about finding a credit union, and what should they look for in that person to help them?
Yeah. So every city is going to have different credit unions. There are some, like if you're in Ontario, there's some like Meridian who work basically across Ontario, and then there's some that only like in London area and certain things where like Libro Credit Union is available. There's Main Street Credit Union. They're available in certain cities. I know there's like um, uh, YNCU or something. I don't know in other like I can't deal with them because they're not available in my area. But there's you basically look up like local credit unions in your area and then just start making calls with them, talk to other local investors to see if see if they have good contacts. Because it was so funny when I ended up finding this credit union. I then spoke with other investors who've been in the game for many years, that I just hadn't considered asking. And they're like, oh, yeah, of course. Like I work with them. And I'm like, oh my God, I just spent like months trying to figure this out and I could have just asked you. Um,
Now, is this
so
credit union that you ended up going with London specific for your region?
um, not specific, but so I have a lot with Libro, and I don't know what areas they cover, but I know that they're heavily focused in London. They have a whole bunch of branches here. They might like sometimes neighboring cities and things like that that they'll service. Main Street Credit Union is in like Chatham, but they'll also do London. And then they'll do like there's others like
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's within a 2 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour drive of any of their branches is sort of their rule sometimes. So you got to see which credit unions are would service your neighbor, your cities,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then
So,
ideally find
mhm.
local contacts from other investors.
Yeah, because like I mean, I guess it's just like a mortgage broker, right? There's some that are excellent, and then some that are just
Yeah,
getting started that don't really know what they're doing.
yeah,
So is there? So I mean, obviously, like asking other local investors is a great, great way to find maybe someone specific at a credit union that helps. But if you really are starting from scratch and you're like, I don't really know other investors or whatnot, like, is
yeah.
there an opportunity to ask like who's got experience with working with the most amount of investors or scaling portfolios or
Yeah, you could probably ask. You could probably ask the credit union itself, like who's one of your like most like one of your agents that works the most with multifamily investors. But I would probably just go on local Facebook groups at this point. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not well connected, and just search previous posts for the word credit union. Make a post, and ask people if they have any contacts, just on any, local or Ontario Facebook groups, that sort of stuff. I'm sure all of this. Would be out there,
Mm-hmm.
or DM some people, DM me, if you're in my area, anyone who invests, like yeah, reach out to people because, I mean, if people aren't well connected, they just need to get well connected. They need to start connecting with people.